Hello, my dear class 8 students. Welcome back. I hope you are all well. So, today we will continue with this chapter 9, that is reproduction in animals. Okay. So, we have finished the first part. Clear? We have finished the first part, and today we will continue with the sexual reproduction. Clear? So, like in organisms, okay, we have like two modes of reproduction, right? That is sexual mode and asexual mode. So we are studying about like this sexual reproduction, and just a quick review, okay, of what we have studied in the last class, since it's been long. So we have studied about the male reproductive organ as well as the female reproductive organ, right? So you have to remember the organs, okay? You should know how to label it. So in the male reproductive organ, we have a testis, we have a sperm, we have a penis, right? And in the female reproductive organ, we have studied, we have discussed about the uterus, we have discussed about the oviducts. Oviducts is also known as the fallopian tube, clear? And also about the ova, okay? So we have also finished this fertilization, okay? Fertilization. So fertilization is the first step, okay, in reproduction. So we are discussing about the sexual reproduction in human beings, right? So the first step we have completed, that is fertilization, okay? So what happens in fertilization? There is a fusion of male gametes, that is sperm cell from the father, clear? Sperm cell from father, okay, fusion. In fertilization, what happens? There is a fusion of sperm cell from father and egg cell from mother. Clear? So this gives us what? A zygote. Okay, zygote means here the fusion of the sperm cell and egg cell, okay? Now here what happens in zygote? Now the nuclei, they combine, right, to form a single nucleus, clear? This nucleus from the sperm cell and the egg cell, they combine to form a single nucleus, okay? So this zygote is a fertilized egg. Clear? So today what we are going to study is what happens after zygote, from zygote to embryo, right? Now from embryo to fetus. After that, the mother gives birth to a baby, right? So we have discussed up till here, okay? So today we will discuss about the embryo, and then development, full development, that is fetus, and then about the mother giving birth, okay? So we'll study up till here. So students, see, this fertilization, we have two types, right? Internal fertilization and then external fertilization. So for human beings or for most animals like dogs, cow and all, the fertilization is internal because it takes place in a female body, right? But for external, there are also many like external fertilization, okay? Many organisms which fall under this external fertilization, clear? So when I say external fertilization means we can take an example of the frogs, clear? Because what happens in frogs? You know, frogs during this rainy season, okay? During this rainy season, what happens is they go like to the pond, okay? They go down to the pond or where there is a low stream, okay? They go down to the pond or where there is a low stream. Now, and then they lay. What happens is that they lay their eggs, okay? The female frog, they lay their eggs. Now what happens is the male frog, they will produce the sperm, right? They will produce the sperm, and this is how external fertilization take place in the frog, unlike human being. Okay, so human being, they fall under internal fertilization because all this process, development of zygote to embryo to fetus, everything is taking place in a female body. Clear? So we fall under this internal fertilization. Okay, now for example like frogs and all, they are example of external fertilization. Clear? So now we will discuss about this development of embryo. Okay, development of embryo. Okay, so students, see, let's say this is a sperm, okay? Let's say this is the sperm and then this is the egg, okay? Egg for female, okay? And this is the sperm cell. This is the tail part, okay? And this is the head part. And this is the middle piece. Now, see, during the fertilization, it has given rise to a zygote, right? A single nucleus. So this is the zygote, okay? Zygote. Now, students, what happens after this? Now, what happens is here, now this zygote, okay? This zygote, they develop into a group of cells, okay? They divide, and then they'll develop into a ball of cells, okay? We call it as ball of cells. After zygote, what happens is that the cells, they divide, okay? And then you'll get a group of cells, which you can also call it as ball of cells. Clear? Now, what happens after this? Now, these cells, they will develop, okay? They will form different groups, okay? They will form different group, which will further, okay, I'll write over here, okay. After this, students, I'm continuing here, okay. After this, I'm continuing here. Now, after this, what happened is that they are forming a group, okay. They are forming a group and they are forming into a different tissue, okay, different tissue. They are forming into a group, they are forming into a different tissue. And from this tissue, okay, from this tissue, the development take place, okay, for different organs. Different organs. Different organs. Because everything is processed, right? 9 months, it takes 9 months. So it's a slow process. So now from the group of cells, they will further like form into a tissue, okay? Different tissues, and then they will start forming different organs, okay? The development starts from here, okay? The development starts here. Now, students, this process of development, okay? This process of development, it is known as embryo, okay? Embryo. Now, what happens is that now after again, like after some more time, okay, after some months, what will happen is now we'll get to see like the structures of like head, okay? All this will develop, head, like feet, all the parts, okay, of the baby will start developing, okay, will start developing. And then when all this, the structures of the human being has been developed, we call it as fetus, okay. Fetus is the complete development of all the organs of the body. Clear? Complete development. So in a fetus, we'll be able to see the head, we'll be able to see the feet of the baby, okay? We'll see the neck part, we'll see the stomach part. So all the body parts will be developed, and that is known as fetus. Clear? So embryo means here whatever journey that we are starting from zygote onwards, okay? From zygote onwards, we are getting to see a group, the cells dividing, right? and then they are forming a ball of cells. Clear? And then from cells, what they do is they form into a different groups, and different groups then to a different tissue. Okay, so from different tissue, again, what they do is they develop into a different organs. Okay, because see, human body, we have all different organs, right? So everything will develop. And when we are able to see the complete development of all the body part, okay, all the body part, then we call it as fetus. Okay, fetus. Now, after 9 months, what will happen? After the complete development of the fetus, the mother will give birth to baby. Clear? So students, this is the basic step, okay? And then when you go up to higher classes, you'll study more in details, okay? So see, in human, okay, first the fertilization take place, right? Then fusion of like male and female gametes. Then we get zygote, right? From zygote, it will form a group of cells, right? So these are all the process of development of embryo, okay? Embryo means developing into a human body parts, clear? So then we'll see a group of cells, and then to a tissue, okay? Then we'll see a complete development of all the body parts, and that is known as fetus. And when the actual exact completion of fetus take place, the mother gives birth to a baby. Okay, so that is all about the sexual reproduction in human beings. Clear? Okay. Now, students, make note. Okay, whatever the important points, you have to make note. Okay, so we'll start with the next topic. Okay, so students, now the next topic is about viviparous and oviparous. Okay, viviparous and oviparous, and this is very important. Okay. So it is very simple, okay? So organism will either be viviparous and oviparous. Okay, so after this class, I'm sure you'll get familiar with all these words and what this word stands for, okay? Now, see, we human beings or dogs, cow, we fall under this one, okay, viviparous. Now, viviparous are organisms, clear, are organisms which gives birth to their young ones. Clear? So, example we can give even human beings, right? Human being, or we can give cow, dog, elephant. We all fall under this viviparous because these organisms, they give birth to their young ones, okay? Now, what about oviparous? Oviparous are those organisms which lay eggs, okay? In order to produce a new individual, they lay egg, okay? So this is to do with laying eggs. Clear? Laying eggs to produce a new individual, okay? Individual. Or you can write to produce the young ones. It's the same thing. Clear? So I'm sure now you are clear with this viviparous and oviparous. Okay? Organisms which give birth to their young ones, and oviparous are organisms which lay egg, okay, to produce a new individual. Clear? So we are done with this viviparous and oviparous. Now, students, we will discuss a little bit about the metamorphosis. Okay, metamorphosis, and under the metamorphosis, we have a life cycle of silkworm, which we have to study. But that the life cycle of silkworm, we'll discuss in the next class, okay? But let me give you a brief idea of what metamorphosis is, okay? Now, I'm sure you have seen a tadpole, right? A tadpole. So frog, what do they do? Frog fall under this oviparous, right? Frog fall under this oviparous. Now they lay egg, right? Frogs, they lay egg, okay? Now, after egg, we get to see a young tadpole, right? A young tadpole. And when this tadpole becomes adult, we get to see frog. Now frog can swim, frog can jump, and you can see the difference between this tadpole and the frog. There is a drastic difference in their structure, right? There is a drastic difference, okay? Drastic difference. So we get to see a drastic difference between the same organism when they are young and when they grow up, okay? When they grow into an adult. So that drastic difference, that is known as a metamorphosis. Clear? So likewise, we are going to study the life cycle of silkworm in the next class. So whatever we have discussed today about the sexual reproduction in human beings, please make a note. Clear? So we'll continue in the next class. Thank you so much.